should start a shitcoin.
The
Bitcoin Liberty Live shitcoin.
If we didn't have any integrity and we just wanted to get rich, we could come up with a pretty creative, even a pump.fun thing.
I don't think so. I think you need to have a following to make that work. Like Fred Krueger seems like he was doing that for a while. Just like, I'm just testing things out, but I just happen to make 50 grand on the back end. Like, whatever, dude. Whatever, dude. I mean, if people want to give money to people, it's like, who am I to stop them? You know, like, it's not my kind of thing. Good morning, Johnny.
Yes, welcome back.
Banned? Who would have banned us?
Mommy's like, I think those guys got banned. You know, they use that word.
Which word do we use? There's so many. There's like the C word and the B word and the...
Which are not what you think.
E word.
COVID.
Yeah. You just said it out loud.
Uh-oh. Oh, dang it.
Way to go. Way to
it'd
go,
be like,
kids.
Oh, that comedian. I'm drawing a blank because I'm not that smart right now. Danny and I were talking about why I'm not really smart lately, but who is the comedian who were like all the banned words you cannot say? Back in the 80s. And
it was wasn't that like
Carlin?
Carlin?
George
Carlin.
Carlin.
It was Carlin's bit, right?
Yeah, he's like, here's all the words you can't say. And he's like, which I won't even say right now because culturally.
Because you still can't say them, apparently.
We still can't say them.
I mean, we could if we were just on Rumble.
That's true. Oh. Yeah, you could, but
I don't know. Free speech, me speech. You know, what's funny, man, is like people start talking about free speech and all this stuff. I'm like, all right, let's have free speech. And then as soon as it happens, like somebody somewhere is just like, I don't want free speech. People shouldn't be allowed to say these kinds of things. And it's like, all right, well, let's have some limited free speech. Well, now you're infringing on my right to be, you know, it's just like, whatever, just shut up.
Was it Tipper Gore that I think there was the band label, you know, if you went to Walmart and were buying the Beastie Boys, they'd have the label on there, the parental advisory. I think there was other things about having versions of songs that had to be like muted out in certain words. And
well, no, they didn't have to make them that way. They just had to make them radio friendly unit shifters, right? So like, and the thing is, the radio stations will actually go and like edit stuff now anyway. And now they just have robots do it. So it's sort of. Speaking of robots, you know, I got one of those calls from those like, hey, I'm from the loan department, blah, blah, blah. Like, they've just been spamming the shit out of my phone for the last 2 weeks. And it's like, fucking stop. So finally I saw the call come in. I'm like, I'm going to give this person a piece of my mind. And the call starts with, hello? I'm like, oh, what? Yeah, hello? Hey, I'm calling from the blah, 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 blah. And it starts going in the spiel. I'm like, hey, shut up. Just stop calling me. Take me off the list. Fuck you. Go fuck yourself, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then I realized, like, oh, fuck, this is a robot. God damn it. It's like a little AI fucking chatbot that is just...
Really?
Yeah, so I don't even get the satisfaction of, like, chewing somebody out. I was just like, God damn it. I can't even ruin someone's day right now. I just got some fucking bot in my ear. Like, God, fuck.
Like, if you wanted to play with them, or they're like, oh, hey, are you still picking me up at the airport? And you're like, oh, wrong number. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm Jennifer. I'm sexy. I have a lot of money. Who are you? And
those are people. I mean, those are like slave chicks that are in Dubai somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, this is just like the
you can't even play with them.
Yeah, you can't do anything. It's just like the fucking robocalls, except they're robots. Now they're legit robots for the it used to be a robo dialer, now it's a robo thing, and it's just like, oh fuck.
That's no fun.
Yeah, gosh,
Travis likes
AI revolution. What's that?
Yeah, I know. Travis likes playing with them a little bit, where he'll banter and interact and
with the slave girls in Dubai.
Yeah, or they're probably big sweaty guys that are playing girls, but
no, they're slave girls in Dubai, dude. I'm not even joking.
And they're doing this,
man. Well, I mean, where do you think they get the pictures in the live video from? It's not some fat sweaty guy, dude. It's like there's some hot chick that's like, you know, found some dude in some bar in Miami. It was like, oh, I want to go to Dubai. That sounds amazing. And next thing you know, there's like, oh my God, I got to blow this guy twice a week. And I got to sit here and talk to these fucking assholes on the phone all day. Oops. And he took my passport, so I can't even go anywhere. Damn it.
Oh. Yeah, it's horrible. It's not just like, oh, they're scamming people for money. There's like trafficking and farms, stuff. Like, who wants that job, I guess.
Yeah, beautiful world, right?
And I've also seen some of those, they'll use stock photos or stock video, but then they've got that girl that's like, you're not, like, if someone's not playing along as easy and they got to lead them by the nose and they're like, you're not real. I want to at least meet you before I call you my girlfriend. And then, oh, there you are. You are a girl
on a video call. Hey, Sarah.
Yeah.
You look amazing.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
Are we teaching people to think for themselves? I hope so.
I hope so.
Fun.
I think, Bitcoin naturally, eventually, if someone has a brain, it does, like all by itself in a way. It did for me.
Yeah. Well, I was actually thinking about that the other day because there's like a lot of folks I see like in the Bitcoin Twitter space or whatever. And there's just a lot of like real fiat oriented thinking around stuff that I see. And I'm just like,
that's true.
Are you really a Bitcoiner, or are you just sort of like, because I think for a lot of folks, this is kind of like a marketplace for them. They just go, oh, here's a little niche I can get into. Like every time I see some attractive new female coming into the space, I'm like, are you really? But I get the same reaction when I see like some attractive female golfer coming into the YouTube golf space. I'm just like, really?
Sorry.
Because it's such an easy market, dude. Like they go, like if I was a hot chick right now, I would just go and start a golf YouTube channel and a firearms YouTube channel. And I would probably be a gajillionaire in the space of a week. I'd never have to take off my clothes. I'd never have to do OnlyFans. Like there's this huge
what you're doing market now.
Right.
And
yeah. Like I would just keep playing golf all the time, except I would document it and, in my shorts because I would be a hot chick. But like guys just glom onto that shit. There was some girl, I can't remember her name. She was just out there and she was just doing kind of comedy stuff. She was like, 20 handicap or something like that. But she had just ginormous personality, a pair of personalities. And and she was always out there with like no bra on and just, and like slow motion shots of her swing. And it's just like, oh my God. But she went to like 2 million followers in like 10 minutes, dude. And it was just like, yep. Yeah, we're pretty easy to figure out. Like, whoa, you like golf too? So it's just like, I don't know.
If we were both
curious, oh yeah.
We've had this conversation before in depth, which maybe doesn't bear repeating here, but the psychology of sex and our entire civilization, it runs deep. And so anyway, yeah, you could do what you're doing, or we could do what we're doing right now and maybe have a different following. Well, so my two pair of personalities are right here.
Yeah. That's not going to make you any money, brother.
Does that do it?
No, you might want to keep those under the sleeves.
Dang it. Yeah. I'm wearing my Hawaiian shirt because it's like vacation.
It's like Hawaii.
I need a vacation.
Yeah. I was just going to say that earlier today. It sounds like you need a vacation, sir. But yeah, I mean, like the influence space, I don't know, all of it is just like everything is just like fiat. It's like fiat all the way down, man. So I don't know. I'm happy to be building like a Bitcoin product for Bitcoin people, but but we're sitting here just like blah, 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 talking into the world about stuff. So I don't know. What happened in Bitcoin this week, dude?
Yeah, right. Few things, I guess. I mean, obviously, if you care about price, which I will say I don't, and then I kind of do, but then when I stop and think about it, also I don't. Price, it was like all-time highs, new all-time highs, and then theories on why it plummeted, but it dropped. What is it now? I didn't even check, but I don't really try to check. It's back down around.
It's 1 Bitcoin.
Right now. One Bitcoin is 1 Bitcoin. So perhaps we could evolve to a level of our progress where shitcoin shall not be named and Bitcoin shall not be priced in anything but Bitcoin.
Yeah, that would be great, wouldn't it? But what were you saying? Like you were watching
the price in fiat plummeted sort of drastically.
What did it plummet to?
117, 118. From like 123. So it had
Come on, man. What is this? Your first rodeo? That's not a plummet. That's just another day.
Yeah, that's true. It's Bitcoin. So that's the thing. It's like
plummet it's going up like 70,000 to 16,000. That's a plummet.
Right. The God dump.
Yeah. Stairs up, elevator down. Like that's
right. So it's like it's going up. It's going up. Oh, new all-time highs, yes, validating, and you feel good. And then it drops, and you're like, But so blaming it on what Scott Bessent said something. Well, he had I don't know who he was talking to he's been going making his rounds, but he basically clarified maybe
that they're going to 6102 all your Bitcoin.
That you could read between the lines and say, we're going to acquire more Bitcoin, but we're not going to buy any. So what does that mean?
We're going to seize it. He said it.
He basically kind of said that. And then he followed up with a post clarifying,
only after you commit a crime.
Yeah, right. So, so the government they have not bought one sat, despite talk about a strategic reserve and whatever. He did blame the previous administration for probably selling Bitcoin, but he's like, we're not going to sell, but we're going to hold what we have and acquire, but we're not going to buy any. That George Bodine guy who Robin had during
Prague? Yeah,
Bodine,
most interesting man in the world.
Yeah, he doesn't make videos too often at all, but he actually posted one yesterday, I think.
Yeah, like that rant thing.
Yeah, he went on a little rant about it, which I thought was pretty good. And ultimately, he's just like, stay humble, stack sats.
Yeah,
Bitcoin is Bitcoin, whether it's between the price or a strategic reserve or whatever. He's like, I don't care. These scumbags are still doing the same thing. They say one thing, they do another. They're not doing a thing. They could do this or that. They don't, but they're going to keep doing what they do. Yeah, right, Johnny. George is
most interesting man alive.
Yeah. A great life story. It's sort of like, how are you still alive? But he's done a lot of stuff. So
that's how you become interesting.
Yeah. Cool guy. Anyway, he had a great rant. It got me to, I knew this. Jack Mallers said this. George Bodine said this. Basically, people get all wrapped up around the axle around what's the price? Ooh, it went up. Ooh, it went down. Oh, the government is not doing a reserve like they said. Well, I don't care. I kind of don't care. I don't know. I have hopes about what could happen. Ultimately, though, it don't matter. Bitcoin will, if it's decentralized and secure, Bitcoin works. So
yeah, exactly, man. I don't know. Like, I actually got to hang out with George a little bit in Prague this last year, and he's a super nice guy, man. He's a smart dude.
Cool.
And, he's a pretty cool guy. Like, yeah, it was a weird guy. I was talking to this guy Vic. I met him at a dinner that me and Robin went. Like, Robin was standing there talking to Larry Lepard, and I was like, "Oh, hey, what's up, Robin?" And started talking. He's like, "Hey, you guys want to come to dinner?" I was like, "Yeah, okay, sure." And then Dominic Frisby showed up. And then when we got there, like James Lavish was there, and
cool.
I'm like, oh shit, look, I just dropped a bunch of names. But George Bodine showed up as well. So it was
cool.
One of those really surreal kind of moments, because there's like Robin is kind of like sitting like right here, right? And so there's like all the group of like the cool popular guys, and then there was like Robin here, and then me here, and then there was like us plebs down on this side, like at the kiddie table, right? But that's where I met this guy Vic. And like we got to talking. I met this other really cool kid. I can't remember his name right off the top of my head, but he's another Austrian Bitcoiner. And started talking to this guy Vic, who's like apparently like a 15-20 handicap, something like that. I'm like, you should come to El Salvador, dude. And he's like, I'll do that. I'm like, okay, cool. So I think he's going to be my golf partner, which cool. I got just talking to him the other day. But all this to say, just to like drop a shitload of names and just be like, oh my God, look, ooh, I just dropped another one. Oops,
cool
sorry.
People in this space.
Yeah, but in sitting there talking with George, like, he really is like the most interesting man alive, And I didn't watch his rant because I kind of just don't, watch rants anymore. Like I just kind of go, whatever, like mechanic rants all the time. I'm just kind of like, whatever. Because it's all kind of noise at the end of the day. Like you were saying, if the fiat price, you kind of go, well, either this thing works like the way I think it's going to work or it won't. And, and I kind of hitched my wagon to the idea that it will. So if it doesn't work, then I'm going to be boned. And
we got other problems.
Yeah, but I think there's going to be bigger problems afoot, but whether or not like someone, like people, it just boggles my mind when someone is saying like, hey, this politician didn't keep their promise. Really? Huh. That's weird. That's never happened before. I don't know why. Huh. Yeah. Gosh, that's so strange. Like, what happened here? What do you think broke down? Because usually politicians, when something comes out of their mouth, you can just go, yep, I'm taking that to the bank, right? Like, come on, man. So strategic reserves and all, but it's all just like noise for the influencer set to just sit there and like squawk about stuff.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's just like 1 Bitcoin equals 1 Bitcoin. It is sovereign property that you can own, and it's self-sovereign property you can own. And if you own it, then, and it works the way we all think it's going to work, then you're going to be doing fine. And if it doesn't, then we're all going to be in a big mess anyway. So kind of, who cares? Like, you can't do anything about the bad outcome, so may as well just focus on the good one and kind of run your life that way. Yeah. Then all of a sudden fiat price is just like, oh, did it, because every time, like, and I would also point out, like, all these people looking for a reason, like, oh, it was what's his face said this thing on CNBC, or this thing happened, or there's, some oil spike, or there's a typhoon in, Zimbabwe, or whatever it was. I 100% attribute it, the dip, to jinxing it, because every one of these assholes on Twitter gets on there and goes, hey, new all-time high, we're never gonna see all-time lows again. Blah, blah, blah. Like, you're jinxing the shit out of this. Like, why are you doing that? Like, why would you? That's like you walk in and go, holy shit, I just, any jinx, anything you can think of. That's, my golf game is perfect. I fixed my golf game. I'm never going to shoot over par again. This is amazing. Like, you just jinxed the shit out of yourself. You called upon the universe to come and kick you in the ass. And I think that's what they collectively do. And I'm just like, why do you guys do this? Just shut up. Just go, hey.
Yeah.
And then sit there.
The simulation chooses the most entertaining outcome in its game on us. And so it's sort of like when we're working at the jail and it's quiet, and someone says, "Oh, it's
you can't say the Q word.
It's quiet," and it's like, "Shh, just let it be. Let it be."
Dude, we had a rule in the prison. It's like, if you drop the Q word and something kicks off, you have to buy everybody a cake or a pizza. I swear to God, and people would hold you to it. It's like, hey man, it's been pretty quiet today, and we're just like, what? Anything kicks off today, and sure as shit, within an hour, it would just be like, oh, everyone's flooding their cells on C Block. Oh, cool. All right, well, guess who's buying cake now? And we'd send them to Costco. Like, they'd go and pick up a cake and go, sorry. But they'd never use the Q word again. They would never jinx it again. Like, they'd go, oh, it's pretty mellow today. But you'd never hear the Q word.
Yeah. Feels nice, don't it? This is not bad. Hey, I think we're approaching all-time high. Oh, stop. Just exactly. Let it ride.
Well, certainly don't come out and say it's never going below X price again. Like, what, dude? Yes, it will. If you just shut up, just keep.
Yeah. And at this point, and I used to be like, oh, I just bought. Well, so like if I stack a chunk that I, planned around and I'm capable of, and it's like, I'm going to stack. I've mentioned this for years. If I'm going to buy, I know the price will go down. I used to be like, why does it always do this? Well, it's because you bought, dummy.
Yeah. Well, that's why I started using that stupid trading strategy back in the day, because I got sick of like buying the further dip. It's like, yay, I'm getting in. Let me get in some more. Let me get in some.
Everyone locked down. We need it quiet in here.
So I don't know. Yeah, lock down.
I'm not typically like superstitious, but like, well, things like sports, it's sort of like, oh, whatever I'm doing, this is working. So whatever that was, I'm going to keep doing that. And instead of saying like
superstitious, man, like I grew up playing baseball, right? So baseball is all about superstition. Like,
touch your hat, rub your clothes, kick the dirt.
Because that's what that game is, dude. Because it's such a flukish game. Like, if you can pull shit off, it's like a miracle, right? So yeah, there's 100% reason those guys are just like super, like, I need to touch my cap 3 times. I can't wash this part of my forehead for 2 weeks, and I can't do, this and that and the other thing. And I got to make the cross, because these are all the things I did that time that I had that hitting streak. So I'm just going to keep doing that shit. And so it's,
when I click buy, I'm going to do the Hail Mary, say, thank you, Satoshi. I'm going to ruffle my collar, rub my nose.
Straighten the collar twice. And
click buy.
Rub your nose, and then fix your hat, hit buy.
Well, I haven't figured it out, but luckily, I mean, and what I'll do sometimes is I'll not that it's DCA, but if I buy a little and then it takes a plummet, I just buy a little more just because it makes me feel better.
Yeah.
But
well,
anyway.
I mean, I watched a bunch of people like chase that. When we're talking about dips, like when it went from like 68,000 or whatever down to 16,000, there was a lot of people chasing that dip. The funny thing about it is, psychologically speaking, by the time you get to the bottom, like you end up where you don't have any dry powder to buy the actual bottom, and then you're a sad panda. And a lot of people really get frustrated by that exercise, and they just go, "This is ridiculous. I just keep pouring." They start thinking good money after bad, or
or you got to lever. I better lever now.
Yeah, and then they get completely wrecked, or they quit, or they, 50% of my buy. Yeah, exactly. It's like, when you get it right, you're like, see, I'm such a genius. I'm so smart. I've got this game figured out. I don't know, like back when I was still shitcoining, like I made a huge trade on ETH, like when ETH started nuking. And it was the craziest sensation in the world because like I was like, I'm going like, I think I went 10x short on it at a pretty, and it just plunged. I mean, it dropped like an enormous amount. I was just sitting there like watching my balance just go, and it was just like, oh shiza, oh my god, like I am a genius. I've got this trading game figured out because I called it, and it was literally like I was looking at the charts and I was doing my little like nonsense, shitcoin or fucking life of 12 hours a day staring at charts.
Years ago.
Oh yeah. And sure as shit, when it plunged, I was just like, oh my god, I'm a genius. I got this all figured out. And then like literally within 2 weeks, I'd squandered it all back trying to fucking short-term trade. So it was just like, oh, great. Way to go, dude. Yeah.
And you have good formulas that like you stick to your formula, you don't get psyched out about it, and that you keep your iron gut intact.
Well, that was the thing that formed the iron gut, dude, is because like I didn't have all that sort of ironed out yet. So then when I hopped back in, it was just like, all right, I can't do that again, But then the market was like, it was literally dead in the water for, and then I became a full-on Bitcoiner all the time. So it was like, oh, I don't need to do this anymore. Cool.
Yeah.
And then life got way better. Yeah.
It's amazing how easier it gets when you come to the realization, truly you understand, like if you're all in on Bitcoin, what does that mean? Because there's kind of layers to that.
Yeah.
And then you stop worrying about a lot of things because like that core realization that if Bitcoin don't work, well, then we're all kind of, it's a different, not happy place. So
right.
I'm all in because the alternative, it's sort of like I'm not like buying Bitcoin. I'm selling my fiat.
Right. Yeah. Well, you're not even really selling it. You're just sort of like getting rid of like trash, right? Like you're getting rid of your slave wages so you can. I mean, it's it's like all that. Like you're the chicken on the farm that's like, getting rid of your chicken feed, and you're like buying a pristine property just outside the fence, right? So you gotta go, well, what am I losing here? Like, nothing.
Yeah. And hence I was thinking about the title for today's episode with all the noise going on. And I could always hang my hat on Trump didn't do this or strategic Bitcoin that, Becent did this, price action did this. And it was just like, boil it down. Bitcoin is the most scarce asset you can have. Where do you want to put your life and time and energy in a place that the hardest core asset that anyone can have very achievably right now? Like
ever in the history of mankind, dude.
Ever in the history of mankind, better than gold. To try to compare it to gold is
a fool's errand.
Yeah. So yes, I just getting back to the base reminder of the principles of why we Bitcoin.
Yeah.
So
I mean, if you own the scarcest, most pristine, most rarefied, non-seizable asset, the only asset of its kind that's ever been invented in the history of mankind, in the history of markets, in the history of sovereign rule, in the history of nation states and empires, in the history of kings and queens, in the history of everything. You've got the one thing that can't be taken from you ever. In all of that shit, you kind of go, yeah, well, I should probably go put that into an ETF, or I should probably go and squander that on some fucking ding dong loan, or I should probably go do XYZ stupid idea with it. I go, well, have fun staying poor, because that's not the way to play this game. The object of the game is to capture and control resources, and right now everybody that is getting into Bitcoin is able to capture and control the most valuable resources ever existed on planet Earth that can't be taken from you.
Thank you for watching this video. This is just a short clip from our full episode. So if you'd like to enjoy more entertaining wisdom found in our podcasts in their full context, just click a link in the corner. We are always sharing our big ideas on Bitcoin Liberty Live.